And now, Frosty the Snowman, as told by Cormac McCarthy.
In the bleakness of the winter equinox, an iceman stirred, a golem of frozen gutter water and a billion splinters of ice. 3 boulders of frost jammed together, the lurching snow cone of a giant demented toddler, animated by the lost magic of dying pagan gods to strain and scream against the stark, uncaring skies. Born of no purpose, to a season of chill dormition betwixt the unbearable heat of summer and the false promise that is spring. And yet, Frosty was jolly. Inexplicable mirth, inspiring or terrifying to behold, erupted forth from his frozen windpipe like water spilling out of an overboiled pot of noodles. "Cancer?" said Frosty, jamming a corncob pipe into the grim split in his face that approximated a mouth. "I fear it not." His eyes were black as coal, haggard and resolved, as if peering through warped binoculars into the maddening depths of primordial abyss. He gazed out at the bone-white tundra which blanketed what had once been playgrounds and lawns. He listened to the howls of the December wind whip past him like doomed, wandering coyotes born of Freon and doubt. Some unknown, broken shaman had abandoned a hat, which rolled past him on the breeze, a tumbleweed of hoop and cloth. Frosty stooped in the darkness to pick it up and placed it upon his head like a crown. For a moment, he said nothing. He gazed out at the horizon, at the other snowmen punctuating it like fluffy crucifixes. "Do the indignities never cease?" he asked. To himself, to the distant mute and febrile snowmen, to the uncaring skies, to the children huddled around him like beggared scarecrows. He tilted the hat to a rakish angle, as if poised to step atop a wedding cake. Suddenly, half sob and half cackle, he laughed. The snowman doubled over laughing, mocking the cold, mocking the skies, mocking the pubescent mendicants gaping at him in bemused silence. And then he danced. He shimmied. He pirouetted. A ballerina at glittering knife point. "Dance," he exhorted the children. "Dance. Our time is scant and brittle. There is no goal and no finish line, only coldness, and whatever meaning we smuggle into it is contraband. So in this pointless blizzard, let us be bootleggers of joy." Then he stopped and craned his neck upwards to look at the blazing sun as it scattered gauzy cloudbank. He laughed again, inhaled deeply on his corncob pipe, and when it smoked no longer, broke it in half and ate it. "Adam was hewn of earth," he said, "and Eve of rib. But I am a monster born of sleet and whimsy, poised to melt beneath the tyranny of the circular furnace which ever hounds me, nary a day into my own instructionless creation." Then, beginning to glisten, the snowman ran. "Let the sun try to melt me," he mused. "I won't meet my fate standing indifferently in a field, for if I cannot control my own fate, I can spit at it still. Damned though I be, I meet my demise as a man, as a snowman, not as a thing. Doomed, yes, but never cowed. So I will run until I can run no longer. I will run despite the odds, despite the hoary sun, despite the inevitable. I will run until I am a weeping skeleton of ice, dribbling sweat and tears into angry blades of grass. Then he turned back and beckoned towards the adolescent onlookers. Weep not for me, children, for I meet my fate on my terms. I meet death, eyes of coal wide open. When your own son comes for you, will you be dancing? Will you run? Or will you distract yourselves with iPhones, tabloids, and hate, and melt all the same? And with that, a billion unique snowflakes shook hands and dissolved, then quietly dribbled into the crabgrass. "I really thought there'd be a punchline," said one child. "Or was the dancing the punchline? Are all punchlines just the dances of less graceful mummers?" "I don't know," said the other. She looked to the horizon, at the puddle, at the sun. "I didn't think I'd ever cry from a Frosty the Snowman parody," she said. Then she clasped the other child's hand in hers. "I guess all I really know, is that we have each other."